Pretty day out here, folks, pretty day. How y'all doing? Thanks for stopping in to see me. I'm your host, Brad, out here at somewhere downrange. And today's video, I hope I got a little bit of a treat for you people that just love to hand a little grief back to those folks that like to come in there and type on your comment section about everything that they don't know about what you're doing. Today's video is a response video. And there's a reason for this. Now, I get a lot of enjoyment most times out of commentaries and the comments that are left. Sometimes I get a good belly laugh, and sometimes I just have to roll my eyes up and wonder what in the fuck people are thinking about. I just don't know. I mean, it boggles my mind that there are people out there that sit there and tap at a keyboard and tell you everything that they know is true fact about the video in progress that they're watching when they were 1,000 miles away from it when you shot it. They will tell you things that they will state as absolute fact. They won't equivocate. They won't modulate. They won't give you any room for wiggle. Oh, by God, it's this way and it's no other way. Well, I beg to fucking differ. Okay. And this is coming up a couple of things. And it mainly involve a couple of shotgun videos. Now, I did a video a year or so back on the Winchester Model 12 Heavy Duck. I did a whole series on it. That weapon had issues that I was unaware of because instead of doing my due diligence and going out and testing the weapon first, I took an unproven weapon out, put it in front of the camera, and it made me look like an absolute dick. Well, yeah, I have some responsibility for that, but I'm not an absolute dick when it comes to running a shotgun. I know how to do it, cowgirl on chrome. The weapon had issues, and further in the series and the other videos, I point these out and I talk about them. And in the final series of the videos, you see that the weapon works just fine. And so do I. It just never ceases to amaze me when people want to watch a video for 15 or 20 seconds and then they automatically assume they know everything there is to know about it. It's just stupid. I'm not saying everybody that leaves a comment is. Obviously, there are people who actually leave comments and they know what the fuck they're talking about. And what they leave in a comment is actually helpful sometimes. I'm not saying I know everything. I don't. I'm not even close to a world expert on every firearm there is. But I do have, somewhere around 58 years experience with firearms. Okay, so I do have a little knowledge, but I digress. So, in one of these videos, one of the comments that's left, and it involves the Model 12 shotgun, when I talk about how smooth the action got. Now, this is not the Winchester Model 12 Heavy Duck shotgun that I used in that video. That weapon belonged to someone else. They loaned it to me to use it. Mainly for the cool factor, the fact that it was like brand new inside and it was 72 years old. That was awesome. But I spoke to the fact that when they're timed right, when the fitment's right, and there are smoothly operating weapons that you can take that pump, put your finger on that action release button, and that puppy will come down. Now, I had a commentator tell me that there's something wrong with that weapon because they're not supposed to do that. I've had 870s do it, I've had Mossbergs do it, I've had Model 12s do it, I've had Model 98s do it. Yes, they're supposed to do that, or they should do it if they're smooth and debris-free and in proper fitment. Now, this weapon's unloaded. If they're not, they might be a little draggy about it. Maybe there's something bent. But the main reason a lot of people take one of these and say that it can't do it is because a lot of times when they try to do that, hear that click? Now this weapon has a hammer that is down instead of down below in the cock position behind the bolt. It's up against the back of the bolt. And when you push that, that pump's only going to move half an inch, and it's going to stop because the hammer is blocking the rear of the bolt. But when the hammer is cocked, it should just slide right down. So I can't remember your name, but yeah, you're wrong. All right, we have another commentator. I love it when they do this shit. Telling me how I need to go watch so-and-so's videos that used to do the trick shots with the pump shotgun, throwing the clays near. And I watched his videos for years as a kid and as a young man. And I used to be able to do that until I got all stove up because of broken bones, service-related shit like that. We won't go into that. But I do know how to operate a pump shotgun, cowgirl on chrome. The shotgun I was using in the video you commented on, once again, was that shotgun in that initial video, and it had issues. I'll demonstrate that for you here in a minute. On the other one, our final response, and I got to read this one. All right, this is from, okay, SKILPADJIE1, Skapaji 1. I'm thinking maybe he's Turkish, because this was a comment left on the Panzer EGX 500 bullpup shotgun when I was doing the choke tests on it. And I'll try to remember to include a link to that video in this one. Skapaji 1 tells me you need to be at least 20 yards for a choke test. Clay guys test at 25 or 20 actually. At 12 steps, still too close to see spread. Now the way it's worded, that's why it makes me think he might actually be, you know, not from right here in the central part of America, but maybe somewhere 5,000 or 6,000 miles away. Who knows? He may be in America and from there. I don't know. But the manner of speech tells me maybe that might be the case. If it is, it doesn't matter. What matters to me is the statement itself. There is no condition or equivocation or example of. It's just straight up, you need to be at least 20 yards for a choke test. Now, let's speak to that first line. You need to be at least 20 yards for a choke test. In that video, I am testing the different chokes that came with the shotgun at one single range, 12 yards or 12 steps. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I learned how to, as a point man, take a 3-foot long step so that walking across country, I could measure distance by my steps. Yes, you can do it. It's easy to do. I have a natural 33.5-inch stride. All I have to do is extend just a little, and I hit on 36 inches. So, that's what I'm saying. 12 steps, 12 paces, 12 yards. Now, I did not just stumble upon 12 yards as an accidental distance for testing. I did not just go set my target up and walk back on the ground and say, here's a nice little spot. I like this. I pissed over there the other day. I think I'll shoot from here. That's not how it happened. Now, I might not have alluded to all the details in the monologue, the opening monologue of the video, but I chose 12 paces or 12 yards for a very specific reason. I live in a 3-bedroom brick home. And like most of the homes built in the 60s, the kitchen's on one end and the bedrooms are at the other end. And there's a living room in the middle, along with a bathroom, a little dining area, nook, and shit like that. 12 paces or 12 yards is the distance that is covered if you stand at the end of my hallway by my bedroom door and look down the hallway through the living room to the doorway that leads from the kitchen to the living room at the other end. That's 12 paces. If anyone enters the house through any way other than the front door, they're going to wind up in the kitchen coming through that doorway, which I like to refer to as a vertical coffin, and they're going to be at 12 steps. And that's why I tested at that distance. It was not an accident. And I'm testing double-aught buck and number 4 buck. Hence, that leads us to the second portion of the statement, clay guys. Now, I'm assuming when he says clay guys, he's not talking about Blue Man Group. I'm assuming he's talking about the guys that shoot clays, sporting clays, trap, skeet, things like that, which I shot an ass load of in my younger years, and I got the belt buckles from the championships to prove it. Now he says that they test at 25 or 20 actually. Well, yeah, they're shooting 7.5s, number 8s. They're shooting at flying blue rocks that are 4 inches wide, doing 30 miles an hour through the fucking air. Hell yes. They're not testing their chokes for in-home defense efficiency or effectiveness. They're testing their chokes for how good a job they do busting a little clay disc as it flies through the air. Not in their living room. And I guarantee goddamn to you, they're not shooting double-aught buck or number 4 buck neither. Fuck, give me a break. The third portion of his comment, at 12 steps, still too close to see spread. Really? Okay. Now you realize that 12 steps, 3 feet per step, is 36 feet. I'm going to go on record right now and say that there is going to be some spread at 36 feet from a shotgun, regardless of the choke you choose. So that's why I brought with me today my Model 12 2 3/4 inch 12 gauge shotgun. And I have chosen this specific shotgun for the choke that is on the end of the barrel. This is my shotgun. And yes, cowgirl on chrome, I know how to run it. Now, this choke is the Weaver choke system. It's got a symbol right back here at the mounting collar. It says 3/4 or 3/4. And by that designates by the Weaver choke system that this is an improved modified choke. And it's the one that's going to do the best for 12 steps for me in a home defense, in-home, down the hallway, across the living room, into the kitchen, self-defense engagement scenario. So we're going to use this. Now, you will see in a moment, we will use it with double-aught buck and number 4 buck, just like we tested with last time. You will also see, when I get the camera angle turned around, that I have 4 targets on my target boards downrange. Just 4 little orange dots on 4 pieces of poster board. Those pieces of poster board are 15 inches wide. Average man chest, 15.5. Your average crackhead, your copper thief, your sneak thief, a little thinner usually because they don't get a lot to eat. Got those dots right there in the middle. And in the right-hand corner of each one of those target boards, you'll see writing. I have one that has 12 feet. The next one says 24, the next one says 36, the next one says 75. Now these distances in feet correspond to the testing yardage. The number 36 foot target is 12 steps, 3 feet per step. The number 12 is 4 steps. The next one is 8 steps. The last one is 25 steps. Skipaji's 20-25 is where you need to test your choke. So we're going to have varying distances: 4 yards, 8 yards, 12 yards, and 25 yards. I have markers on the range for each one of those positions. I'll put in 4 rounds of double-aught buck. I'll move to the first position, shoot the left-hand target, far left-hand target. Walk back to the next position, shoot the target that is second from the left. Move back to the next position, shoot the target that is second from the right, and move back to the farthest position and shoot the target that is on the farthest right-hand end. We'll come back, get pictures, paste the holes, and we'll do that same scenario with number 4 buck. And we'll get a good feel for the effectiveness of the spread with this choke, with that ammunition, at these ranges, including Skipaji 1's range. So without any further ado, stand by. let's get the camera angle changed and make a little noise. What do you say? Alrighty then. Got my placement and my markers out. Got the camera set up so that you're like, hey Brad, you're way down there. Come on back. I don't want anybody saying movie magic, editing, none of that. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, I've got 4 rounds of number... No, it's not number 4. It's double aught. I got 4 rounds, double aught buck in here because that's going to have fewer pellets, will have fewer holes to paste. 4 rounds, double aught buck. I'm going to step out 4 steps, then 4 more, then 4 more, and then 13 more, and you'll do it all in real time. Then we'll walk back, get a picture of each of the targets, I'll paste the holes, we'll run through that course of fire again. That's a long step. All right, 12 feet. This is 4 yards. I know there won't be much spread on this one. And I wouldn't think there would be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 yards. Second target from the left. I think I see some spread. Wonder what's happening. Couldn't tell you. That was diagonal, so you had to take 5. Target, third from the left. I think I see a little spread. Now we take a long walk to 75 feet. Target on the far right hand side. That felt like a good center shot. Let's look at them. Real time, folks. Real time. Come on, tripod. All right, folks. 12 feet or 4 steps. I'm going to say that group's going to measure, just estimating, somewhere around 1.5 inches, maybe just under, on the widest part. 24 steps, 24 feet, 8 steps. Okay, now that big hole on the right hand side, that's where the wad went through. But that group is probably 2.5 to almost 3 times as wide at the widest part than the previous group. Now here's some weird shit about buckshot, and it's strange when it does it. You see that the group set, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 holes, so that's 8 pieces of shot in that federal buckshot. You had 3 on one side, 4 on the other, and 1 up there in the middle. There's not a lot of difference in width of the spread. Obviously the big hole is the wad. So that kind of tells you something about that choke. At 36 feet, even at 24, but from 24 to 36, it's getting a really even, nice little spread. I guarantee you, if that hits you in the chest, over your heart, you're a goner. All right, last one. 25 steps, 25 yards, 75 feet. What do we got? Oh, shit. I guess I got to zoom her back. Alrighty then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they all hit. And because that choke does such a fine job with giving really even concentric, even pressure around the entire shot column, although we have a vertical stringing, you can imagine what that would feel like if you were standing in that vertical coffin that is my kitchen doorway, and these hit you in the heart and in the lung, and the rest of them spread up through your throat and your face. That's going to be a really shitty day. But that group is, that card is 22 inches long, so that group is about 14 inches, maybe 13 inches in length. So that is a hell of a lot more spread available. All right, stand by. I'm going to paste the holes, and we're going to drag out some number 4. Number 4 buck. Stand by for the evil shit. All right. I detected a little spread. Didn't you? Okay. We have the shotgun loaded once more, 4 rounds. This time, number 4 buck. We'll shoot at the same distances, and without any further ado, let's make a little noise. Already have my spacing points set. So, I got a feeling this one's going to be just the same as the last one. Get out of here, cow! Goddamn cows. Okay, she's going. Okay. I do not need to injure any cattle in the making of this video. You can't see her probably. She's just a little one over behind the berm, behind the backstop. You probably didn't see her, but yeah, she's, whew, damn. All right. Okay. Okay, we have a safe backstop again. Damn. Nice. Second target from the left. Are you there? That stuff talks to you. Third target. Yowza, that would hurt like a son of a bitch. I wouldn't want to get hit by that. Woo. All right. Back here, far enough away that we could just tell the intruder to run off, and he probably would. And yes, I wear a push pad with high brass number 4 buck. You damn right I do. All right, let's check it out. No movie magic, by God, real time stuff right here. Alrighty then. Look at that. That's pretty evil. That is 27 pellets in a group about 2.5, 2.25 inches wide. With that one out to the outside. The rest of it's all there in a group you could cover with a mason jar lid. Whew. That'd tear your heart, smooth out your back. All right. Ooh. 24 feet, 8 steps. Man, that's the whole heart, chunks of the aorta, and probably 8 or 9 of them in a lung. That's awesome. And that would be, that'd be fatal. That'd just be damn fatal. All right. Looky here. Even more spread. You see that? That group covers basically the surface area from the bottom of the neck to the belly button, and into both lungs and into the central portion of the heart and the aorta region. That is some seriously heavy-duty hurt. Well, let's go down here and see what 75 feet looks like. So let's talk about this. Like I said, 27 pellets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There are 9 pellets missing. I got a feeling this is 4 of them. I got a feeling that a few of these holes over here belong to them as well, because those are the newest looking holes in the wood. So I'm going to say that if you want to pepper something with number 4 buck with an improved modified choke, you'll get it done, because you'll be all over them from the bottom damn near to the top, and certainly way beyond the edges of side to side. Stand by. Alrighty then. What did we learn, boys and girls? Well, I would submit that there are at least a couple lessons taken away from this. The main one being, if you're not standing here or there when a video is made to know all there is to know about the situation and the setup, really all you know is what you see in 2 dimensions. And to try and extrapolate data and omniscient presence without even being in the same fucking region is folly. Now, I think we more than appropriately showed that according to the commentary about spread across distance, you do get some. You do get some, and you get some pretty quickly. Even at 4 yards, it wasn't just a round, neat little hole where a wad full of BBs punched through and made a hole. No, there was some spread to it. It was already beginning. The balls were just beginning to leave the edges of one another. On the target for 8 steps, which is 12 feet, we had almost 3 times that amount of spread. On the target for 12 paces, the 36 feet target, that is the mean distance of home engagement in my home, I get a really nice pattern that I really do like. Thank you, baby. At 25 yards, the double-aught buck, because this choke on this weapon is such a good one, it was able to string just vertically. Unlike some weapons where if you shoot at that distance with 8 or 9 pellet double-aught buck, you'll be lucky to have 4 of them on that paper. But then when we switch to the number 4 buck, we see that we get quite a bit of spread. In fact, more spread than I want. I had 9 pellets that didn't even impact the target. And I'm talking this to this. So that's collateral damage. That's tearing up shit in my house that I don't want to tear up. God damn it, I want to hurt the bad guy. I don't want to hurt the damn flower pot or the family pictures or the bookcase or the window. I just want to hurt the bad guy. Okay? Yeah. So that is why I did that choke test at that specific distance. And this more than amply shows, yes, you do get some spread. And it impresses upon me that at 25 or 26 yards, all I better be wanting to do is just pepper the shit out of somebody, even with great big balls. Because that's all it's going to do. Now, granted, that double-aught buck on that far right-hand target, vertical string from just about the bottom of the heart up to about here to the throat area, and I'm going to tell you what, Matthew, that's going to tear you up. And there's enough blood-bearing organs and veins and arteries in that area, you're going to do some serious damage. Maybe. If all the pellets and all the shells fly that same way. I might could throw another one in there right now and shoot it, and it might string, God knows, who knows, because that's the nature of double-aught buck. Let me give you some advice. If you have a channel just so you can go on to other people's content on their channels and leave comments, try to abide by the community guidelines and the standards. Try to think about what it is you're getting ready to say. Because if it just pops into your head and you go with it and you keyboard commando that shit and you drop that comment, it's quite possible you might be somewhere in the area between a little bit ignorant to plumb goddamn wrong. And when that happens, if you do it on my comment section, and I go to your page and see that you have 0 content, 0 playlists, 0 videos, 0 community, and 1 to 5 subscribers because your family wants to help you out, I'm going to spank your ass if you give me the opportunity. That's what this video is about. And just in case that wasn't enough for you, cowgirl, after I say see you downrange, stick around for about 10 more seconds. All right, folks, I'm glad you stopped in to see me. I hope you learned a little something. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you kind of had that feeling of, yeah, Brad, you go, boy. You spanked the shit out of those assholes. Because I've got other comments I'm going to pack out and pick up, and I'm going to do some responses to those too. You know, this might be a fun little thing to do now and then. All right, folks. Thanks for coming out. Hope you have a great weekend. I'm going to try to do the same. Enjoy life, enjoy yourselves, enjoy your family. And for God's sakes, nobody can tell you how to vote. But I'm telling you, if you don't vote for we the people this year, we might not have a we the people to vote for next time, okay? Regardless how you feel. How are you doing now compared to how you were doing 4 years ago? Think about that. Put aside your personal, oh, I don't like the way he says this, or I hate it when he talks like that, and he's just a nice old man. In fact, I'm not going to get political. Or try not to. Think about what you're doing when you fill in that box. It's only one of two choices. Us, which direction is east, or them. And trust me, you don't want another 4 years of them. Unless you want to pay $8 for a gallon of gas and $15 for a pound of fucking hamburger meat. And 12 goddamn % interest on a small loan. All right, folks, that's it. I'm off my soapbox. You guys have a great day. I love you. Keep it up. Be good to yourselves. I'll be seeing you good folks real soon somewhere downrange. Stand by. Yeah, Cowgirl on Chrome. I'm pretty goddamn certain I know how to run a pump fucking shotgun.